As a kid, he was crazy about horses and loved everything associated with animals. Of course, the only thing he knew about horses at the time was to stay on at any cost to avoid falling.
Kumaran Naidoo is fondly known to the horse racing fraternity as Com, and he broke into the training ranks of the South African horse racing industry 9 years ago and has been notching up successes ever since.
We've been waiting patiently for Com to share his story with us for some time now, and eventually we were invited to chat to this humble and unassuming man who also happens to be one of our best horse trainers.
Com had invited Kajal to meet him at the stables. This dedicated trainer's working day begins before dawn, when he watches his chargers being woken up from under their horse blankets for a warm-up.
For fans of horse racing, what do you think it takes to be a top trainer of thoroughbreds? Well, that's a question for someone who's trained 100 horses in just over 8 years, Kumaran Naidoo. Let's find out what drew him to horses and, of course, the sport of kings. Hello, Kom.
Hi Kajal, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Who's this beauty?
This is Amanga.
Hello,
Shall we
Amanga.
take a walk around the stables?
Sure, absolutely.
This is Mr. Harry.
Harry?
Yeah.
Hello, Royal Zulu Warrior. I love your name.
Yeah, he's been one of our best horses so far. He's won the Grade 2 Charity Mile.
Kom, let me start off by asking you, what drew you to horses?
From a very young age, I always liked animals, and my dad was very keen on racing. He was a punter, and used to always go with him to Scottsville, to the off course, watch the horses run, and got drawn into my blood from then.
So what came first for you? Was it the love for horses or the love for the sport?
When it started off, it was more the love of the animals and horses, and at a later stage, the thrill of the racing and the adrenaline sort of took over. Yeah, and then my dad owned a share in a horse with a friend of his, so I used to go often to the stables and a bug bit from there.
Since you started horse training, you've trained over 100 horses. Share with us some of your most memorable moments.
The most memorable was my first winner for a guy by the name of Seelan Chetty. He actually played quite a big role in me getting my license.
Now, for fans of horse racing, take us through a typical day of a horse trainer.
You get here in the mornings, it's quite early. You go walk around, you check your horses, you see that they've eaten up, which is most important. Check their legs and their temperatures if they're fine. And then you take them to the track and you work them accordingly. It's about getting them fit, but without overdoing it in their fitness. Getting them sound for races is most important.
How do you spot a winning horse, if you can?
There's things that you look for: the well-being of the horse, his condition, his coat looking quite good, the horse's muscle condition is good, and also looking at form at races to see how he's been performing.
Thoroughbreds can be strong-willed and frisky, but Com knows how to have them eating out of his hand.
I'm ready to get hands-on and help Com groom the horse. Com, what do you need me to do?
You start off from the top and you start to push all the hair dust towards the back of the horse.
Hey. Okay, here we go. Oh, am I tickling you? Is this a daily task?
It's a daily task, yes. They get groomed twice a day.
Oh, he's really, really soft.
To an office-bound executive, this may seem like a holiday, but Com has had to make his way through the ranks the hard way.
Do you think you can study to become a horse trainer?
The best way is if you do an apprenticeship with a trainer where you go into a yard and you start off as a stable employee and learn how to groom and clean and build your way up there to stable employee and assistant.
And what advice do you have for young people who love horses and who love the sport of horse racing?
It's not just a job that you go to from 8 to 5, it becomes your lifestyle. You really need to have the passion for it.
Movies often give us a romantic impression of the life of a horse trainer. But after spending the day with Com, I've realized it requires a lot of hard work, patience, and a passion for horses. Com has worked towards something that he loves with dedication and commitment. So I hope he's inspired you to follow in his footsteps.